ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਹੋਇਆ, ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੁੜੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਕਈ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਸਿੱਧ ਫੇਮਸ ਸਿੱਖ ਮੈਗਜ਼ੀਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਛਪਦਾ ਹੈ, ਸਿੱਖ ਰਿਵਿਊ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਸਰਦਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਵੈਰੀ ਬਰੀਫਲੀ ਇੱਕ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਆਫਿਸਰ ਨੇ। ਹੀ ਰਿਟਾਇਰਡ ਐਜ਼ ਡੈਪੂਟੀ ਇੰਸਪੈਕਟਰ ਜਨਰਲ ਆਫ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਵਿਦ ਦੀ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼। ਪਹਿਲੇ ਇਹ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਆਰਮੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਨ, ਦੈਨ ਹੀ ਗਾਟ seconded ਟੂ ਦ BSF, ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਕਈ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਿਵਿਊ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੰਥਲੀ ਮੈਗਜ਼ੀਨ ਹੈ ਕੈਲਕਟਾ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਛਪਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟਡ ਨੇ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਐਡੀਟਰ ਇਨ ਚੀਫ ਨੇ। ਔਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਟੈਨਿਓਰ ਦੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ I don't want to steal his thunder. I would rather have him discuss his achievements there with the journal. But he has launched several programs related to Sikhi, Sikh education, Punjabi, और कई किस्म दियां इन्हां ने हायर एजुकेशन ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਸਕੋਲਰਸ਼ਿਪਸ ਔਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਐਡਮਿਨਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਟਿਵ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਨੇ, ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀਆਂ ਐਡਮਿਨਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਟਿਵ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਨੇ, ਸਿਵਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਨੇ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੈਕਗ੍ਰਾਉਂਡ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤਾਦਾਦ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਵਧਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਸਕੇ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਕਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ। ਔਰ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਜਨਮ ਦਿਹਾੜੇ ਨੇ, ਜਨਮ ਪੁਰਬ ਨੇ, ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ 550ਵਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਬਰਥ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ, ਔਰ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਦੀਆਂ, ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀਆਂ 400 ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੀ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਕਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਲਾਂਚ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਇੱਕ ਬੜੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੈਂ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਸ਼ਨ, ਉਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਫੋਰਮ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ 1984 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਜੈਨੋਸਾਈਡ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ। ਔਰ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਮਹੱਤਵਪੂਰਨ ਪਰਪਸ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਿਵਿਊ ਜਰਨਲ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਬਾਰੇ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਅਧੀਨ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੋਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਸ ਚਲਾਏ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਬਾਰੇ, ਔਰ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਫੋਰਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਸ ਫੋਰਮ ਦਾ ਪਰਪਸ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਕੀ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਮੈਂਡੇਟ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਦਾ ਇਸ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿਕਲੀਕਲ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਸ ਨੇ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟਡ ਨੇ। ਬਹੁਤ ਲੰਬਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਾਇਓਗ੍ਰਾਫੀ ਹੈ, ਬਹੁਤ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਫੇਥ ਨੂੰ, ਸਿੱਖ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ। ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਵਾਂਗਾ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਮੋਸਟ ਵੈਲਕਮ। ਵੀ ਆਰ ਵੈਰੀ ਫੋਰਚੂਨੇਟ ਟੂ ਹੈਵ ਯੂ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਅਸ, ਸਰਦਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, and we will let you share the work that you are doing through the Sikh Review, as well as the various other forums and programs that you have started. Ji, most welcome. Please go ahead whenever you're ready.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जी अरबी जी और डॉक्टर भट्टी साहब। It's a pleasure talking to everybody. संगत दर्शक से I'm so lucky and humbled. Coming to the Sikh Review ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਨਮ ਹੋਇਆ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, it's just in a casual way, informal way। जब कोई सज्जन 2 4 5 मिलते हैं like minded, तो मन में कुछ ना कुछ सवाल आते हैं। I'm talking about way back in 51 52, और 52 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੈਪਟਨ ਭਾਗ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੀ, HR ਚੋਪੜਾ ਸੀ, ਔਰ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਝ ਇੰਟੈਕਚੁਅਲ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਗਰੁੱਪ 5-6 ਦਾ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ। तो ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਕਲਕੱਤਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੋਬਸਟ ਸਿੱਖ ਪੋਪੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਕਲਕੱਤਾ ਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ, whether they were in services or the transport segment ਵਿੱਚ। तो ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। उसके नाल मलेशिया और म्यांमार ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਬਰਮਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਇੱਥੋਂ ਫਿਲਰ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਲਿਟਰੇਚਰ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਭੇਜੋ, ਕੁਝ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੋ। So that was another, inspiration, or you can say, ਹੱਲਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਔਰ ultimately the Sikh Cultural Center ਦੇ head ਦੇ ਹੇਠਾਂ Sikh Crew was launched way back in 1953, and it was a registered body at that time. So as today, they complete 70 years, a long life in any magazine, or the cultural center for that purpose in Calcutta. ਕੈਲਕਟਾ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਬੜੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੱਸਦਿਆਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਸੱਜਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੈਲਕਟਾ 'ਚ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਦੇ ਆਲ ਕਮ ਡਾਊਨ ਟੂ ਡਿਆਸਪੋਰਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਸਫਰ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਸੀ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਇੰਟੈਕਚੁਅਲ ਸੀ, ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਸ਼ਿਫਟ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਰਾਜਵੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਇਕੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਤੇ ਫੇਮਸ ਨੇ, ਈਵਨ ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਆਫ ਕੈਲਕਟਾ। ਔਰ ਕਲਕੱਤਾ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਈਸਟਰਨ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਪਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਔਰ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਘੱਟੋ ਘੱਟ 2 ਕੈਂਪ ਲਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਯੂਥ ਕੈਂਪ ਲਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਔਰ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਵੇਅਰ ਦੀ ਹੋਲ ਥਿੰਗ ਇਨਸੈਂਟਿਵ ਕਮਸ। ਔਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਜਾਂ ਵੱਡੇ ਨੇ, ਦੇ ਗੋਟ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ। ਜਿੰਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਮੁਹੱਬਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਨੋਟਿਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਕੰਮ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। So this is a part of the Sikh Culture Center, which is still continuing. और उससे it is that thing Sikh magazine निकले आएगा. So first edition was in 1953. We were lucky to have people like Captain Bhag Singh. He is a war veteran, and followed by we had a Mrs. Randhawa for a short while. Then the magazine was lucky to have a person like Sirdar Singh, who is the retired Secretary Government of India and advisor to Government of Assam. So once he retired way back in 82, he offered his services to the Sikh Review and became its editor and continued till 2020. So it's a long period of service with the dedication done by Sirdar Singh. He, first IAS officer of 1947, जिन्हों ਦੇ एग्जाम ਹੋਏ ਸੀ partition ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ, और result ਆਇਆ ਸੀ partition ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ, and he chose to come to India. So that is a big history. ਇਹ ਟੌਪਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ। ਔਰ he continued with real ਜੋਸ਼। ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਿਆਂ, ਦਿੱਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ in the diplomatic enclave ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਹਫਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਾ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, and he used to do the kirtan himself. Another interesting part of Sirdar Singh is ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹ ਚੀਫ ਸੈਕਟਰੀ ਸੀ ਬਿਹਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, तो ਅਕਾਲ ਤਖਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਥੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਟਨਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਹਰ ਸੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ। So that's the ਲਗਨ, the part I'm just talking about, dedication, ਲਗਨ for Sikhi and Sikh masses and Gurbani. So this is what the beginning is of this institution of the Sikh Review. Now, Sikh Review, which followed by him, then we have an overseas editor, Dr. I.J. Singh from New York, who's been contributing tremendously for the magazine for the overseas concern, with in-depth knowledge about the Sikhi and Sikhi practices. Then, I took over in November 2020 after the, Star Sirdar was not feeling too bright, so they trusted me this place, which I was not really mentally prepared. But then he said, you have to do it. So I accepted with a challenge, and I said, okay, we'll certainly do it. Now, this is one general which is absolutely non-political in nature. It's a theologian, socio-cultural, and educational. Now, we do take topics, which are of greater significance for the development of the Sikhi, progressive development, and point out the lapses which are happening in anywhere, whether it was in Delhi, whether it was in eastern side or in SGPC, we try and bring out. And also some of those things, like the 84, which was a trying time for everybody, whether the June 84 or November 84, when the Sikhs were also put in shadow to, and we had to keep one of the month publication held up for distribution because of the environment, but it was never stopped. So some of those critical areas and the articles on Operation Blue Star and 84 November, genocidal tendencies of the program were also published in a very critical way, which were true to the extent, and not that was done by the Sikh population, but done by the non-Sikh who felt for humanity, who felt for the human rights, and who were troubled with the things which were going on in the country. So that is where we play a very significant role in bringing out this magazine of enlightenment in English every month. It is sent from Calcutta on 3rd of every month worldwide. Now, coming to the contents I just mentioned to you, ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ aim ਹੈਗਾ, its aim is to connect up with all the masses. ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੇਣਾ, dissemination ਕਰਨਾ, message of oneness, message of humanity, message of humbleness, and the Gurbani teaching, what has been taught to us, what we hear about Guru Nanak and Guru Granth Sahib. And that's exactly our sole aim is to disseminate all the virtues and values of the Sikh faith to universal brotherhood. We are not confined to one sect or the other. The teaching of the Guru Nanak is universal, and we maintain that in a big way. Oneness of of the universe, and that is how we have the contributors coming to us, other than Sikhs also. You have some people come from Jain, Buddhist, Muslim, Christians. They are all trying to contribute one after the other. So I will not be able to say anything. Basically, everyone is welcome who can give a well-researched article on this comparative study or Sikh faith and the teaching of Guru Nanak are being promulgated. So that is where we stand for the universal brotherhood, oneness of mankind, and universal message of the God. So this is where most of the contents you will find. Educational content certainly we try and incorporate for the betterment of our society, informing them what is happening, what is the trend like. और क्योंकि we have dedicated readers worldwide. Initially, जिस तरह दोनों में पहले दस्या कि Burma, Myanmar, then UK, Europe, and then America, and now diaspora is so wide. We will be too happy to serve the community wherever they are. This is a document which has come in hard copy and also been transformed into the digital version. So those who are traveling or have less time to go for the hard copy, they can go for that one. And for the family magazine, a hard copy is available to them in any case. So both options are available, and luckily I'd like to share with you all with a lot of efforts being paid right from 1953 till today, as 2023, the whole magazine journal has been digitized. Maybe 1 odd year in between where they were probably copies were not very clear. Otherwise, they all have been digitized. Anyone who wants to read any of the articles can look at it, download it, read it, and it's a free of cost, barring last 2 years. That means 23 and 22 years. 2022 and 2023 छोड़ के बाकी जो है ना, you can read on registration by a mail. You get a password and you can reach everywhere to any magazine and you can read it. Look at the contents page and you can read those things. So that facility has been created. Now, it's an ocean of information available. I'll be happy to tell you more. We have developed a good reference library at Calcutta. A library desk has been created. So, जिन्होंने कुछ research करनी है, they are welcome to come and sit on there. And people do come once in a while, not that very frequently, but do come. Some research scholars who come and there's some hardcore, information they do come. तो उस सारे ਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ because of this 70 years a long period in which no magazine can survive, we have a very humble, what to call it, the titles and not very, big pictures in this. This is what I'm just trying to show you, one of the copy which was published in. This is April 2023. So this is not one of those, glassy paper or the photos of the nature, but it contains the contents of high value. This was another issue which I just want to show you. This is of 2023. Now the picture which image which you find of Harmandir Sahib, the first one you found about it was the Anandpur Sahib, Takht case Sahib. Now we keep changing these images every quarterly so that all the important places are covered in this journal in times to come. And it's been a good research and people have appreciated that. Our intention is to make it change every second month. Let's hope we can achieve that. And also the present size is it's not an A4, it's just an A4. Our intention is eventually, once we increase the membership, reader membership, then we'll probably go for A1 size also, which is a normal accepted pattern worldwide. So that will probably give it a more, uniformity as far as journals are concerned. Otherwise, this is the ideal journal for anybody, family, to keep and read for that purpose. Now, as I mentioned to you, the amount of wealth available, it has become a reference material for the research scholars. You will see most of the, research articles which are coming out from the Western world or from India or from North America. They do quote from the Sikh Forum in one context or the other, because they have taken something or the other. Now, I can just tell you the Gurmukh Singh, who's the MBE in UK. Now, he was introduced to this magazine way back in 50s, something like when it started, about in 1955. Now, he still quotes from those ones. Today, I was looking at one of his mail. He is quoted from 1972, quoted from 74. Sirdar Kapur Singh, in his, a couple of articles which he wrote, of very high value. He has quoted them about, what is happening in India and what is respected of the Sikh faith and the Sikhs. Now, this was all, which we have been able to do for this. The membership drive is open. Anytime you can do it. When I'm in Calgary, those who want to be in Calgary, they can enroll. They are welcome to contact us or contact Dr. Shah. We will request him to become our local Calgary, representative to offer them the services. Or Balrajan request kar sakte hain, they can do the needful. So then we can certainly help them out. And the payment part, it can either direct on online transfer. There's no problem online transfer, but major transfer from India, from this place over, in the foreign exchange becomes a problem area. But subscription, there's no problem. It's all coming as indeed. But we can be done localized. One can give an Indian currency. Check can be given, and it can be there's no problem. Now, subscription rates, I thought probably I would not like to give, but I can just mention to you, for the overseas, the 1 year subscription rates are $60 US, 2 year is 115, and 3 year is $75. So ideal thing would be anything go for 2 to 3 years to start with. And similarly for the electronic version, we have the 1 year is $20, $30, 2 years is $50, and 3 years is 75. This was electronic. The other one was hard copy version is $60, 115, and $170. Those are the rates. Coming next to the, what all we've been doing is about the education part of it, or the publication part. Let's say take a publication. Way back in, we try and bring out special issues, to honor the scholarly aspect of some of the person. Lecture Oval Cole was there for that example. He expired, and we certainly a lot of writing from him, which was contributed by him from the UK, and we certainly brought a special issue for him. MacLeod was another one. We did scholarly act of his was given due importance, though some people have the different views on his views. But I think the major contribution done by him must be recognized. He was the only one who came to Canada in the court and gave a affidavit, or gave a statement about the article of faith of the Sikhs, and that is how we are further, being recognized. He played a major role in that time, but we have been able to accept that gesture and his scholarly act for the purpose of honoring him also. I know there are some problems some people may have, but I think scholars must be honored for their views, whether we appreciate or not. It's part of the normal human system. Coming to the publication, as you already mentioned, during this 550th anniversary of the Guru Nanak's birthday and 400th anniversary of the Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib, we brought out 2 coffee table books. Now, the books were priced so low. A coffee table book costing in India 700 rupees is unheard of. And a coffee table book of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib was such a beautiful outlay, and the photograph, 800 rupees. It's unheard of. Because nobody costs less than costs 2,000 plus. But our intention was it should go to every home. We don't want to make a profit. It's basically a non-profit institution, and it should be served for the purpose of humanity. And to our surprise, we made order of 1,000, requirement so much, we went for about 2,000. To take another Sahib book, we made order for 1,000, requirement so much, we went for another reprint. So there has been a good demand from North America, from Canada, from Europe, from Singapore, Malaysia, and from major universities in India for that. Wherever they were right-thinking people placed, so they recognized the requirement, and it was done. Although we may not have any book left on Guru Nanak, but some books are still available on Guru Tegh Bahadur. They are limited copies. So we will certainly pass on the information. So given already in the journal, those who wish to buy the book, they can certainly place an order, and the cost is about $35 US, including the airmail rate charges, which are very, very heavy. You'll be surprised. One copy of the Sikh Review, which is being sent to North America today, it costs about 280 rupees as the airmail charges. It's gone so heavy. It used to be 110, 114. It's gone substantially high. So that is a separate issue altogether. Now, coming to the other issue, the special issues, as you mentioned, we did bring out three special issues of the journal on Guru Nanak Sahib and Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib. We have an article from Dr. Nirukar Singh, we have an article from the Omkar Code, the article from Dr. Partap Singh, you had from Hira Singh, you have Nikki, Gurinder Kaur, and any Kaur, you name it, and people have come forward and contributed worldwide to those special issues, which has become a big volume and a big bond. We have tried to compile all the 3 volumes in one book, and libraries have been offered that, which is going in a big way. So that was about that publication. Now, coming to next was about the educational program. Now, seeing the Patat in Punjab and Sikh youth not coming forward in the higher education. As today, if you look at it, Punjab Secretariat, you will hardly find people with a turban in the Augustian rank post. So, similarly, coming to the central services, we have the last diplomat, the commissioner, the High Commissioner in USA, General Singh. He is the last Sikh. After this, or next, after 20 years, you will not find any ambassador coming on stage. You can look at the gap which has been created. There was a time we had 1, 2, 3 ambassadors, Sikh ambassadors, about the diplomats, because they had worked hard in the initial stages of getting into it and then maintained it. But now the time has come. We took a very conscious decision that we will have to focus on the higher education so that we inspire the youth right at the graduation level and see what best can be done to put them in state services, central services, in the banking institution, in the judiciary, in the journalism, or any other profession where they can excel. There's no need of you only concentrating on one job. You can do anything. You are a good playwright, you can do that. You think about it, and it is available. We are prepared to help all the students. Sabbat Sroop Bachya Vaste, study Hagiye, not for others. As per the UGC, we try and take them. 65% marks for the undergraduate and 55 for the postgraduate. Anyone who wants to do Ph.D. is welcome. Anyone who wants to do coaching wherever he is. If there's a good service available, we'll look at it and approve it. And the funds will be made available 100% from the Sikh Culture Center or the Sikh Review scholarship program, which is again funded by the donors. So last year we had 28 children, 20 girls, and only 6 boys, and 2 are doing MBBS, including one, Mr. Garg from Nava. Since he had given an undertaking, I follow the Guru teaching and I visit Gurudwara. I said, we accept your version. We give you something at least token. Sade Vaste Sarvada Bala is applicable for everybody, irrespective who else. But program, of course, he knew the program is meant for the Sabbath Bache. So he had the courage to apply, and I said, no problem, we'll help you. So 28 ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ 16 ਲੱਖ ਰੁਪਇਆ was given to them in totality. Now the next batch is admission already started, which will finish by end of this month, July 31st. And we probably, because of the rains in Punjab, we might extend it by 7 days, but the whole thing will be finalized by end of August, by 31st August, by the selection team. And those who are selected, approved by the committee, then they will get the same facility as was given to the first one. The previous batch, out of the 28, we are going to have a 20 who are continuing education, and now we're going to add more. Can be 30, can be 40. Luckily, we were promised by sponsor from USA for nursing and any higher education. Similarly, from Canada also, they have sponsored 2 children with higher education. So anyone who is keen to sponsor, they can do the sponsor. The money can go direct to the institution, or it comes to the Sikh Review, and then it's given centrally to them as and when we get all the proof of it. So both options are open. Now, intention, as I mentioned to you, is very simple. We want to make sure that there is a education, higher education temper created so that children, our Sikh youth is prepared to take a challenge of 21st century by working hard at this level, cross, appear for the examination and crack it. Then only you have the future. In modern world, unless you are excelling in the education field in a different way, you cannot prosper as a society or as a community. So that is where the background is. We've been bringing over the flyers on this as an advertisement, as in just information for all. This is one of the things which you will find in the journal also. I'll try and send a copy of digital copy of the magazine to all those who like to have it. They have to share their mail ID with me. It can be sent and you'll find this information. It's a comprehensive information. You have the bank details, you have the name of the person who are to be contacted and the website. All this information is available on the website. That is sikhreview.org. So anyone who wants to get in touch with the education, they can go on the website, look under scholarship, how to apply is given there online, and then hard copies. So sikhreview.org is the website, or they can get in touch with me. I am available on mail ID, my own, plus telephone number. Telephone is 91, is India code, 931329058. And the mail ID is Partap Singh, it's a PAR, Partap Singh 011 at gmail.com. I'll pass on this to Balrajji as well as Dr. Bhatti, and I think they can all contact them to get the information. Anything they want, we're open for that. Now, this was the educational part of it. Now, if we continue with the education, there is a section of society known as Siligar Banjaras. Now, this is a society, this is a section which has been working devotedly at the time of Guru Sahib period, whether it's the time of Guru Hargobind or Guru Tegh Bahadur, Guru Gobind Singh, and thereafter in the Maharajas Ranjit Singh time. They played a very vital role in producing the armaments which were required. But after the fall of the Khalsa Raj or the Lahore Darbar, you call it, they were driven away from Punjab and they went all over the places. Though the origin was originally from Rajasthan, but they were driven away and they have gone to all over India. They're scattered in small pockets, and they are landless because they have become nomadics, so they have no permanent shelter, no land, no other means to live except making the arms. Now, arms making in India by this agency is unauthorized, and you are likely to be prosecuted. That's exactly what has been happening. They are considered in Bihar, in MP, they are in Andhra Pradesh, they are in Karnataka, they are also in Delhi border, Delhi, Punjab, some of the pockets they are there. Now, the best part is the Sigligar is the only one section of society who are maintaining till today a Sabbath root, which is commendable. Their dedication to the Guru and to the Sikh faith is so, visible that you love to do something for them, even in spite of the fact they are weak, financially weak, they are landless, their means of livelihood are very less. They're working hard. The only thing is they live like a kumbha. They don't want to get away from the families. Unlike, Banjaras are that way more pragmatic in their approach. They like to get out wherever there's a good option. These people don't want to get out. They like to stay with the family. So that is one of the negativity which has not given them flourishing, of the type of DNA and type of expertise they have, like our Ramgaria brothers. Now, Ramgarias had the unique DNA or the capability of producing anything mechanical on the world. Anything you give them, they will produce it. Now, similarly, Sigligar have the same, but we couldn't exploit it because of our own reasons. Let's not talk about the reason part of it. They were ignored, they were neglected. But now the time has come. A lot of agencies are working on this. Whether there's from Chandigarh, there's a International Sikh Federation. Presently, Colonel Multani is taking care of it. Or there are some individual organizations from Hyderabad, or in Karnataka, or in Punjab, or in Delhi. So I am part of the Delhi team as the chief coordinator. We work in MP from Burhanpur. Now, Burhanpur, around there are 4 districts where the children of this Sigligars are staying in the small little helmets. I have been able to have the opportunity of visiting the place, spend about 3 nights with them, about 1,200 kilometers, and we really got to know their physical living, their financial condition, and their aim or their intention grow. So keeping that in mind, we as a body at Delhi, like-minded person body and corporate houses, they decided to support this mission. And we were about 10 people were there from the corporate houses. So we started this process about 5 years back. So first year was about 373 children were taken of the Siglivar and some from the Banjaras. So they were put in the CBSE English medium private public schools. Their complete fees, their books, uniform, and the transportation bringing them, and the distance from their villages where they were there, it varies from 12 kilometers to 18 kilometers. So that was on a Kacha road or some not very comfortable road. But we made sure that transportation charges are also paid. So the schools were involved. Today, some of the boys last year had reached the college stage also. They are studying in college. We have, as today, there are about 250 children who are undergoing studies in those schools with good results. The best thing is that the schools are cooperative. So Gurmat classes are also part of it curriculum. Our person goes and takes a class and they are open for that. Otherwise, within the village where they are, some places have the community center and a Gurdwara, local Gurdwara, so they do this one. Gurmat training is being one, Punjabi is being taught to them, but they normally speak the local language, which they are more used to for the last years together. So that is the type of education job which is being done. A lot of people are doing it. I'll give you an example of Bombay. There is a lady, गुरसिख हैगे ने परिवार वाले, उन्होंने एक ट्रस्ट चलाया है और काफ़ी सेवा कर रहे हैं. Similarly, Barjinder Singh ne Bhopal de he is doing a wonderful job of providing the Gurmat and the formal education to this section of society. Come to Karnataka, we have about more than 1,200 families in Karnataka. And luckily, the society in Karnataka was so good, management was good. They've been able to build about more than 100 houses for these people in Mysore area. And the money has come out from locally as well as the Nishkam Welfare Society from Delhi, who have contributed most of the money which was needed for the project, and it's still continuing. And plus, informal education and government education is also going on in Karnataka. So in Bangalore proper. So there are a lot of efforts being put, may not be well coordinated, but in own way it's being done because there come big coordination. Then the problem come of chair, the egos come in, then the whole thing suffer. To my mind, this, small groups doing a job to bring them up to some level, and thereafter that's all, almost get together. So it's doing a good job. and let's hope we are able to achieve some more landmark development in, looking after our financially weaker section of society, which are neglected Sigligar and Vanjaras, who form reasonable, sizable population in India. And if they can be brought back to the mainstream, it will be good for everybody. Now, coming to the next is the Sikh Forum. You mentioned about it. Rajiv, Sikh Forum was formed in November 1984 after the program in Delhi and all over India, even the event of death of Indira Gandhi. Open killing was being done in Delhi, Bokharu, Kanpur, other part of India, by organized gang under the leadership of then the Congress Party. And damage which was done in this place was so much that nobody took any notice of it. The administration had completely collapsed. The police forces were absolutely made inactive. They became part of the system to destroy and damage the cars. And similarly, even the courts didn't take notice of it. Unlike recently, you've seen the case of Manipur. The Supreme Court has taken notice of it, but 84, even the court did not take notice of it. So that was the state. It was formed in 84, with first elected president was General J.S. Aurora. So it's already done about 39 years. We are reaching next year the 40 years. And I took over as General Secretary about 10 years back. So the whole thing process continues. It's a non-political body, and we luckily have a trust with us. That is the Citizen Relief, Rehabilitation and Education Fund, which was formed at that time with registered body again to help this victim's family, the adopted children. About 1,200 children were adopted that time by about 1,000 families. And that continued for more than 10 years, right from, you can say, 84 to about 96, it continued. Then gradually the whole thing came down. These girls who were getting married, they came in that age between 96 and 98. We were looking after them in terms of providing them basic amenities like sewing machine, the essential clothing, utensil, and 5,000 rupees that time is a big amount. And a cycle also to the gentleman in case he's in position to drive. So right on that. So that was now the grandchildren have come up. Now the grandchildren, we are providing them the financial support for education. 50% of the fees which they pay, we try and give it every year in November at the time of our seminar. The parents are called, the children are called, and we give them by check. So it's all by donation, and the donation coming to the trust. It is the tax relief is available on ATG. Those who are familiar with the Indian system. So, and anyone who wants to contribute is welcome. And out of that money, we give to them. Last year, we had about 82 children who were the beneficiary of this, out of the victims and the financially weak merited student. We paid about 2.75 lakh to them, and its number is continuing. Let's hope how much donation we keep getting, and the aim is to dish out the same amount. We are not it was a charitable institution, not with the aim to make money. Whatsoever come donation, it goes, because my accounts, if I go get more money, I have to pay tax. So we don't want to go to taxation. So we try and distribute whatsoever comes in that way, so that maximum children are covered, and at least 50% is given to them, whether they are graduate students or some the engineering students are there also now. They are in higher classes, and some are maybe they are in the middle classes. but we are trying to take care of them in a big way. Professional courses, there are LLB boys who are going it, which is no problem. You do what you want to do, excel in life. Recently, 3 weeks back, a girl who has done CA examination appeared and is yet to clear result come, and she wanted help for internship. So I said, no problem, we'll help you out. And we put her with one of the chartered accountant firm, as in the internship without even the exam result came in. So certainly one can try and help people, those who are keen to learn, who are keen to work, keen to excel in the society and live a dignified life. So I would request everybody to kindly propagate and contribute for this one way or the other. Either you give a time, or you can give a financial support, or you give a material support, whatsoever is workable, it's welcome, so that the larger society is benefited. Those people who have been deprived and have the victims they are financially weak but merited students. They are to be inspired to go up. Now, I want to tell you everybody that we do not encourage a person or a child who is getting less than 50% marks. We say, sorry, this money is not available for charity. You have to work hard. It will give you. And if you don't produce result, we will not like to support you. So that message has gone home. And children or the parents are working on that this boy shines to a reasonable level. Otherwise, there's no point. I don't have to produce to accept a person who's getting third class, 30% marks and passing at 40%. That's not the issue. साडा मतलब यह है कि उसको अच्छी ट्रेनिंग मिल रही है, पैसा अच्छा मिल रहा है, तो we should work hard. All the responsibility ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ, you should take on in a big way. So that is where we have been able to attain certain amount of standard in that way. Now, same thing applicable to the Sikh League. Now, I was just looking at the result. It has just come 3 days back to me. Now, there are, out of the 250, I find there are about 12 children who have scored 40-45% marks. Now, they're all being given warning, students as well as parents, that within the next 6 months, if they don't improve in the next lot, they will be removed from the list and we will give it to other merited students who can perform better. Because money is going from the donor, is hard-earned money. It just can't be wasted for a normal person who does not work. So it's a lesson for them. So that part also is in process. Another which I just want to tell you is that nursing has now become a very big, what you call it, requirement. And some of our donor sponsors have offered that they would like to sponsor 2 nurses who are doing 4-year course. And we're lucky to have one of the nurses who are doing 4-year course is taking admission this time. And I hope we'll be able to take care of that also. But my request and submission to everybody is, any child, if you come across within your domain, in the villages, in the city, those who have the background from the Punjab or pan-India, kindly tell them to come forward, come to the Sikh Review website, sikhreview.org, look at it, apply for it online, take the full benefit, and we are there to assure you full support. One last thing I'd like to mention is about the international studies. Now, we have so far kept that thing in the second phase, but in the meanwhile, talking to some of the philanthropists and the business houses, they have agreed in principle that anyone, any Sabasu boy, a girl, if they crack and reach admission for the Harvard, Princeton, Oxford, or another institution in London, and the King's College for the medical in London, the 5 institutions they have selected, if they reach that level of admission, we shall support them 100%. But he'll have to work hard and reach that place, not that you get first and then do it. You have to work hard to reach that position, and thereafter they have agreed to support those candidates also. So this was just being told so that you can pass on the information to all your friends, our relations, and well-wishers worldwide, so that we try and give the best of facility to the needy people who unfortunately cannot afford because of their financial condition. And I know it requires a heavy amount for studying in an overseas country. Now, another thing which I like to advise to the youth who are coming to Canada. My humble request is, please do not rush to Canada if you are half-baked in education. Get yourself fully equipped. Go for graduation, go for skill development, and then only think in terms of migrating in case you are looking for a better career. Today, Canada does not have very many opportunities what it had 10 years back. So you will otherwise, if you come paying heavy amount to the agents and on illegal routes where people have been caught in even USA and UK, you will have no future here. You will only live on security and you are in fear. There's no point. Come with the dignified way, study hard, get your skill development, get an appointment letter, and then think in terms of trying to come to this place or any other place you aspire to go. You're welcome to come to any place we go for your improvement of your career graph. Absolutely, we are open for that, but do not come to work in the grab of education, work 20 hours, 30 or 40 hours to earn. You can't study. I have seen cases in Victoria. I have seen cases in basically more in Victoria, where the children have come for doing the education in agriculture, and they were a victim of same sort of thing. 10 children staying in one room, you can well imagine. Working hard, earning, sending money home at the same time because they're taking big loans. So let's not get into the loan trap, So my request to all is that when you want to come, you're also to come, but must come fully prepared with full backup, educationally, and then you have a good, bright future here. I think I've taken a lot of my time. So in case anything else is coming in, any question comes in, I'll most welcome to take on those questions. And with this, thank you very much. And Vaheguru Khalsa, Vaheguru Fateh.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਇਹ ਸਨ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਰਿਟਾਇਰਡ ਡੈਪੂਟੀ ਇੰਸਪੈਕਟਰ ਜਨਰਲ ਆਫ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀਗੇ। ਔਰ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕੀਤਾ, ਪਿਛਲੇ ਕਈ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਿਵਿਊ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਮੰਥਲੀ ਪਬਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਐਡੀਟਰ ਇਨ ਚੀਫ ਨੇ। ਔਰ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੋਰ ਕਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਲਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਸਿੱਖ ਫੋਰਮ ਔਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਲੀਡਰਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਹੋਰ ਕਈ ਇਸ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੇ, ਸੋ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ। ਸਰਦਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਆਪ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਫॉर ਟੇਕਿੰਗ ਦ ਟਾਈਮ ਟੂ ਜੁਆਇਨ us today and share all this wonderful information. I have a few questions, but before I
before you go for a question, I just want to clarify, Raj ji. I am not from the police. My background is in the army and then second to the border security force.
Okay.
So कई बार ये police में mix हो जाता है।
ठीक है जी।
I have worked all over India in all the major positions, but I did not enter to that area of police because उसे बहुत गाना पड़ जाता है। People don't appreciate. And I'm so happy to find Sukhwinder Singh ji आए हुए from USA. He's a dear lovable friend of ours. And
he is a very dear friend of all of us ji. So anyways, I will open up the forum for discussion. Before I ask any questions, मैं संगत ਨੂੰ request ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ all of you please go ahead. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ comment ਜਾਂ question ਹੈ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਾਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਤੇ we can start with you, ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸੁਖਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸੁਖਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ। Thank you for joining us.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਮੈਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਗਿਆ